Welcome to JADEL TV. This is a recent video that I showed that received over 50 likes, and I promised I'd bring it over here to the JADEL TV to discuss further. It was kind of a question that I posed because of a line that I saw on 3D imaging. Here's the 2D image, apical four-chamber view, and here's the 3D image, and you can see this line in the right ventricle that kind of caught my eye. As I go ahead and let this play, you're able to sort of quickly identify that there's a line seen on essentially every beat. And again, it kind of moves with the septum. And if you look very carefully, you'll notice that in diastole versus in systole, that line is a little bit farther away from the septal line here. And that's because this represents RV endocardium. Why it actually is brighter, why it's seen better on 3D, I don't have a great explanation for. I'm sure it has to do with the signals that are created by the mid-myocardium versus the density of the signals from the endocardium. But as you see, as this moves, it thickens in diastole. In systole, diastole it's thinner, and in systole it thickens. And that just represents the normal septal thickening, as I just put it in slow motion there. You can sort of see that process. I went ahead and played this right over the top of the 2D image. And this thickness here, again, you can see if you look at how big the LV looks on 2D, because you don't have that representation of the endocardium, it creates an appearance that the cavities are different shaped and different sized. So here the LV looks smaller, the RV looks bigger. And then, of course, if you get to the 2D, the LV looks bigger and the RV looks smaller. And again, it's just an illusion. It has to do with septal thickness and the endocardium being picked up on 3D. As I let this play, I'll tell you some of the feedback that I got from people that participated in this quick question. I had 15 A answers, 9 B answers, 14 C answers, and then a couple of others that predicted thrombus or other. Some of the discussions I heard, which were pretty funny, were the fact that it looks like a pacer, but it's going in the wrong direction. Ken actually said he thinks it looks like a pacer, but he suspects that I was trying to fool you into thinking that looked like a pacer, and of course that is what I was doing. Julian said that it's MIP, which I thought was interesting, MIP. MIP is sort of a term that we use in cardiac CT or radiology terms, maximal intensity projection. And it's basically normal muscle that's displayed in 3D because you have thicker acquisition slices. And that's why you don't see it as much on the 2D. Eli similarly said it's just the normal endocardial of the septum, seen better on 3D instead of 2D. Matthias asked for more views and wondered if that was cheating. It's never cheating to ask for more views, and I agree that that's always a good option. Twitter really only allows me to show one view at a time, which is what I usually do on these short cases. And then finally, William said he didn't think it was a pacemaker because it was shooting out towards the RVOT. But, you know, pacemakers are now put in all kinds of positions, so I still think it could have been a pacemaker. It does look like it. Certainly, you guys have probably noted that when you go from 2D to 3D, because of the deeper thickness slice, you can bring objects in that are not seen in 2D. So oftentimes a catheter, a pacemaker wire is better visualized on 3D than 2D. So it's always something to think about. But in this case, it just represents that RV endocardium. So again, I hope you enjoyed that discussion. It was a little longer than my usual JADEL TV cases. And again, I look forward to bringing you another case next Sunday. Have a good day.